Tiny Monk via next, sailing on the outside, challenging through the stretch. A 16th of a mile to go. It's Tiny Monk showing the way, sailing on his second. Coming on the finish, Tiny Monk leads by a length. They come through the lane, a 16th of a mile to go. Alden's Ambition, Lady Loose up on the outside. Alden's Ambition and Lady Loose fight it out. Ernestine coming on the outside pillar point. Inside the 16th pole, Ernestine drawing out to lead by 3 lengths.
They're up to Williamsburg as they swing in an 1/8 of a mile to go. Williamsburg and Gerald Almodovar now lead down to 3 lengths. Stormy Invasion on the outside's got a chance here. Stormy Invasion and Shook. Stormy Invasion, Shook surging. Stormy Invasion, Shook in Williamsburg as they swing into the stretch, and ODN whipping up 3 wide. Long to go. ODN to a narrow lead, and here comes Pagan Jewel. ODN and Pagan Jewel in the photo with Lucky 8th and Bet Without the Hail. And they're off. Good start. The inside Habanero Gold, Cole and Taylor, Jazzy, Little Stevie broke with him, settles deep on the track, and it's a plane near the inside, and last is Can't Catch Me Now. They're trying to catch Habanero Gold. Passed us the first time. And It's a Plane kicks away with a 2.5 length advantage from Cole and Taylor, and then Can't Catch Me Now. It's a Plane. It's the son of It's a Bird. It's a Plane to win by a couple. Here, Harlan's Perfection. Harlan's Perfection's making a good go on the outside. Harlan's Perfection keeps rolling. Set for 6, trying to hold. Set for 6. Set for 6, won it.
And good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the Big T today. I'm Stan Salter along with the voice of the Maryland State Fair, Dave Rodman. Beautiful weather today. Well, maybe not, but beautiful handle yesterday. So with the beautiful handle yesterday, hopefully we'll have a nice racing card today.
Yeah, rain's not too bad now. It's just kind of steady and not really heavy rain, but just kind of a pestering type rain. So the track is sloppy right now here at Timonium, and we expect it to remain off all day long with the remnants of Harvey kind of moving up to our area. And I believe the heavier rain will probably be later this evening. So we should get through the card in good fashion today here at the Big T.
Hopefully we just keep Irma out of here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, the pony races out there earlier. How's the track playing? Faster or the closers winning with the ponies going over the jumps today?
It looked like speed was holding in the pony races for the U.S. Pony Racing Association. The kids were great sports, and they had a great time out there. And maybe if you were here to watch them live, you saw some of the future jockeys who'll be in a saddle of thoroughbreds later on, 10 years, 12 years down the line. Who knows?
So one of Gary Capuano's owner, Paul Fowler's kid, was out there and one of the jump races. Won the race I saw.
And the Fowler Silks there.
Yeah, having fun
the
out there.
The Silks of the famous Grundlefoot. You remember Grundlefoot?
Yeah. He was out there race riding, having a good time at the races like a kid, like he should be. So great job by Regina Welsh and the U.S. Pony Association and Georgianne Hale for hosting those the pony races here at Timonium. Love to see new people. You know, you got to start them young and then they grow up in the sport, right?
Absolutely, and you know they really take us seriously. Have the jockey garb on and practice, and a lot of those. It's not an easy task to do. You know, riding a pony and jumping over those little mini hurdles multiple times.
Right. The ponies can be opinionated, but how about the handle yesterday? last Saturday we were over $1 million on Coalition Stakes Day. First time we've been over $1 million in a long, long time here, if ever. And yesterday we had a few races that had some scratches in there. But it was a nice card. We had 3 allowance races and did almost $1 million in handle yesterday. So the strong handle continues here at the Big T. Hats off to the entire Maryland State Fair Racing Committee, Bill Reitler, Ferris Allen, Georgianne Hale, Bill Marlowe, putting on a great show, great racing product here. The bettors are playing. Bill Reitler showed me Josh Pons tweeted him a picture from the spa, Saratoga, and the Big T on the TV up there, the big screen up there at the spa.
Yes, yeah, we were out there in the backyard. So the Maryland fans who want to play the Big T, you know where that screen is in the backyard there at Saratoga. And, yeah, well, some of that money is coming in from Saratoga, I'm sure. I mean, looking at the quality, Monday we got a $50,000 allowance race here. How about that?
Nice card today, tomorrow, and Monday, as we have 3 more days here to conclude the Maryland State Fair. Trainer Kieran McGee and Wayne Potts, they had a big Friday yesterday to start off the weekend.
Back-to-back wins for the Potts Barn and some acquisitions from out of town moving into the stable here. And hoping to keep that momentum going for the final couple of days here at Timonium.
I like the late pick 4 today. There's a nice maiden 40 to kick off the late pick 4 starting race 7. A well-bred Meyerhoff entry in there for Michael Trombetta. Good to see Meyerhoff still breeding some nice Maryland breds.
Yeah, those 2 horses have some tremendous pedigree. We'll talk about that and touch that a little later on. And, you know, some interesting angles, I think, in this afternoon's card on the slop, not only the slop, but horses coming in from some key races.
All right, let's take a look here at the opener. It'll be interesting to see here. There's a picture. Nice job. Nice shot there, guys. There's a good shot of the main track. So it's a sloppy track all afternoon. It'll be interesting to see. Just because it's a half mile or a 3/4 track and we have a sloppy conditions doesn't mean it's going to be all speed. I've seen closers win in these kind of conditions here and at tracks like Charlestown, so it can be done. And it'll be interesting to see how the first couple races are playing, whether it's speed or closers or kind of in the middle fair.
Yeah, I believe the 6.5 furlong races here, the inside post has really been the negative here at Timonium. That's the only one. The 6.5, that inside gate, I believe still winless through yesterday's card, but that may change today with the off-going. But I thought the track was, well, not necessarily super speed favoring yesterday. We had horses come from off the pace, maybe a little bit of a 3-deep kind of situation yesterday afternoon. But, I mean, it's sloppy. We don't know what to expect, but so I'm just going to go for horses who I think will like the mud.
Let's take a look here at the opener. Maiden claiming 16,000, going 6.5 furlongs, scratched to 1, which he's last stand, but Jamie Ness still has a powerful runner in here, 2-year-old by Tiz Way. That's the 1A. It's My Way. Wesley Ho will ride. Second time Lasix today, and we're dropping from maiden special weight at Belmont and Delaware to the maiden 16 today. So a well-meant entry to get the win at the Big T, 6-5 here on the 1A.
Yeah, we agree on It's My Way. Acquisitions to 2-year-olds coming into the Ness barn, and trainer switches a very strong angle. I tried it the other day. It didn't work. The horse ran third, but still hit the board. And I think this one's worth a look because Ness has had a chance to actually tinker with this horse and get him the way he wants, because he's had a couple of works at Delaware. Not only works, but 5 ace works, August 17th and August 24th. One breezing and one out of the gate breezing. So It's My Way into a new barn drop, a new situation today. It's My Way.
All right, we're in agreement there, and we both like the 2 as well. Freedom Storm had an inside post for the debut, and it's going to have to break from the inside once again today with the scratch of the plane 1. But a 2-year-old here by Freedom Child. Blinkers on, first time gelding today. The Schoenthal barn going well. The X-Man aboard. I think the 2 Freedom Storm should improve today.
Yeah, adding the blinkers, the horse was a little bit fidgety before the start, as Keith Fustel likes to say, of Equibase. He had the 1 post, and if you look at the video replay, everybody was in the gate, and he acted up a little bit. They actually backed him out of the gate for just a second. The rider was off. They put him back in, and then they broke in that big field of 12, and he was kind of left in the dust back there. But now he's got the blinkers on today out of a quick race won by Pascal Chant.
All right, so the Freedom, the 2 Freedom Storm, and we both like the 5 and 6. So we like the same 4 horses here in the opener to kick off the early daily double. 3 pick 4s this afternoon, starting races 2, 4. You have a middle pick 4 starting in the 4th race. I like the late pick 4. That starts in the 7th race. Jackie Savoy, she'll be on with me this afternoon. She has an early pick 4 ticket starting for you here in the 2nd race. We're going a half mile for 3-year-olds or older, and everyone 4 claiming 4,000. I go to the 6 here. Wayne Scott on the outside, a big class dropper for trainer Bruno Tessori with the leading rider J.D. Acosta aboard. Look at that race. 3 starts ago at Pimlico. Won by 8, went to half 44 and 4. So that kind of half mile is going to be good enough, I think, to win this race.
Yeah, this horse had a tremendous amount of speed over the winter at Fairgrounds. He was claimed out of the Larry Jones barn. A couple of races, but they've been tough races. 2 winners out of his most recent start on the turf and a winner out of his race 2 back on the dirt. He's very quick. All he's got to do is hold together here for a half mile, and with his rocket speed out of the gate, I think he's the speed of the speed this afternoon.
All right, we agree on the early daily double here as well. We both like the 2 here. Williamsburg for trainer Joan Reynolds. This horse has a lot of early speed. Wesley Ho will ride with that inside post. They're going to be sending here with Williamsburg. This horse was 3rd at the Big T last summer against Nickel 2 Life. This is a 4,003 Life, but Williamsburg should be right there.
We actually had a video spotlight on this horse earlier in our open. That was him running, showing speed, and passed very late. So, you know, he's got some gas, but his ability to finish through that last 70 to 100 yards, absolutely in question. And, you know, with Wayne Scott to his outside, he's going to have to work even harder.
All right, now we both like the 5 here. Tradfast kind of ran a clunker first off the claim for Jerry Robb. I think we'll see a better effort from Tradfast today. That win 2 starts ago, very impressive, and you get the 7-pounder Apprentice Carlos Carrasco aboard.
Yeah, claiming off of Linda Rice, that's a bold move to begin with. Rob Barnes been kind of cold so far this meet, but they're apt to turn it around at any moment. Kind of like the Gerald Brooks movie, I said. You know, it was all going to be Brooks World here, and he's won 1 race, I think, out of 7 starters. So we'll see. I mean, Tradfest, I still, again, he's quick, but is he as quick as Wayne Scott on his best day?
If he gets back to that big number he ran 2 starts ago, he could be right there. So nice half-mile sprint there in the 2nd race. Maiden claiming 16,000 here for the 3rd race, going a half miles for Maiden 2-year-olds. Some nice ones in here. I go with the 6 Chivu for trainer Wesley Ward. Wesley Ward coming to the Big T to try to win a race with the Ferris wheel in the background, and no surprise he gets the leading rider J.D. Acosta to ride this 2-year-old filly by Into Mischief. A good second last out on the synthetic against Maiden special weight at Arlington Park.
Wesley Ward not afraid to run anywhere. You know, he runs at Ascot, and he says, if I run at Royal Ascot, I've got to run at Timonium, right? So here he comes to the York Road Spa, where the horses had 3 races, 3 different tracks, always some early speed, and with the scratch of Kingdom Minded, who was going to be my top pick, actually, in here. I defaulted back to Chivu in here, so we're in agreement. Yesterday we didn't agree a whole lot, and today so far I think we got the top 3 picks is the same.
We'll have to play the early pick 3.
Cold. It might pay about $6. I'm not sure, but yeah, if you have it 18 times like Action Andy does,
play it multiple. I had a $20 cold pick 3 one time, a long time ago at Pimlico. I was hot last week, and I was a little cold yesterday. Hopefully, I can bounce back to some good form today.
Just because it's a 50-cent wager doesn't mean you can have to play it for 50. You can put 10, 20 on the line and pick it cold.
That's right.
Because if our top 3 picks hit in the first, it certainly is not going to be a tremendous payday, but we're just trying to pick winners here. Stan, you've got a little bit different horse than I do in the runner-up spot. Petition Knight.
Yeah, we'll get a nice price here. 15-1 morning line with the Apprentice Carlos Carrasco aboard for Linda Albert. The barn with a sneaky good positive ROI with debut runners. They popped at Laurel Park this summer with a big price. Was that Durango Girl? Big price debut winner. So Linda Albert, she can get the job done. This is a local Maryland bred by Audrey Murray out of Patientville, out of by Patientville, out of a Forest Camp mare. So you see 3 works at Laurel, most recently from the gate. So I think well prepared here for the debut going a half mile.
I think the positive thing he's got going for him is he's by Patientville and the track is sloppy. I've seen a lot of those runners take to the off-going. He's got a fairly good Tomlinson number in daily racing form if you like to follow those. The problem I had with him, I guess, was the pedigree. The family is 0 for 8 with dirt offspring. So, but that doesn't mean, this horse may have some early speed. And again, he's got that slop on the top. Patientville.
All right, and we both like the 8 extra. Wiseman on the outside for John Salzman Jr. taking a drop today. The horse, decent fourth 2 starts ago against Maiden 40 at Laurel Park. This race here, Maiden 16, a lot easier conditions today.
Another very good off-track sire, Wiseman's Ferry. You don't see much of them. I used to make a few scores back, Lone Star and those kind of places in Oklahoma with Wiseman Ferries on the off-track. And he actually comes out of some really solid races there. Cheese on, no lemon, no lime. The company lines are there for Extra Wiseman. Again, he's going to be on the hot chase, apparently, to the Wesley Ward horse. So how will he handle it? If the Ward horse doesn't follow through the last 16th of a mile, maybe he can just pounce from the outside. But I haven't seen like a slight rating gear from him. I mean, you really can't rate too much going a half mile. But, yeah, Extra Wiseman out of some classy type races.
You have an interesting long shot there in third. Gala de Oro by In the Woods, a young Forest Wildcat sire trained here by Alfonso Griffin, gets Gilberto Rodriguez aboard.
Out of a mare all-night special, it makes this colt a half the special flyer who won first out. That's the only reason I threw him in.
There you go.
There was a winner in the family, a winner at first out, Gallo d'Oro. I'm just taking a little shot here. I mean, if you're going to be totally against Chavou and you want a little flyer in the race, he might be just a good few buck long shot play. I don't really, that was all I based it on. Certainly you can't base it off that dazzling 3-ace work at Pimlico.
Well, you get that horse in the exacta behind Chavou, or especially on
you
top
put him underneath.
Top of Chavou, but even underneath Chavou would be a nice exacta.
Or make some confetti out of your ticket. I don't know. You got 3 options.
All right, let's take a look here. Race 4 kicks off the middle pick 4. I know you like the middle pick 4 today. We're going 3 turns here in the 4th race. A mile and a 16th, claiming 4,003 and up. Let's take a look here at your pick 4 ticket, Dave.
I'm in a key here on Kieran McGee with Dazzling Okie, hoping that his back class comes through, and then build the ticket from there with 2 horses, then 3 horses, then 3 horses in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. This horse has only been McGee's barn a couple of times, actually beaten by Put It Forward. First off the claim from McGee on a muddy track at 7 ace at Laurel, but I think the extra distance will suit him. You see some of his races back in 2016 at Remington Park. I think those would be good enough to win here. So I'm going to take a shot that he's ready second after the layoff to pop with his best race, or at least some semblance of his back form here, and then going 5-8, 2-3-5 with 1-4-6. It's only $9. And so I've got the middle pick 4. You've got a late pick 4 ticket. Jackie's got the early pick 4. Between the 3 of us, we should be able to hit something today.
Hopefully we can sweep the card with the pick 4s. That's a nice, very affordable $9 play, and you have some strong opinions there, including a single here in race 4 with the 2 Dazzling Okie. And that kind of pick 4 ticket, that's what we were talking about, the 50-cent bet. But with a $9 ticket, you can play it for $1 or $2 or $5.
Yeah, that's just a 50-cent increment, right?
All right, so let's take a look here at your single, the 2 Dazzling Okie for trainer Kieran McGee, 7-year-old. Had a nice win 2 starts ago at Laurel going a mile. It was back in June.
Yeah, you're going for the horse that beat him, Put It Forward.
Put It Forward, nice win in the mud 2 starts ago, going 7 furlongs for Maldonado, and with the leading rider, J.D. Acosta. That's my only thinking there, but you get the red-hot connections with the 2 Dazzling Okie.
I'm really worried about him. I mean, that was a $9 ticket I put up, but if you add the 1 there to the 2 in the first leg, it's not going to cost you that much more, because this horse has some big, big races on the slop and the Wayback Machine to pull out of his hat. That don't even show, I think, on your form.
All right, so the 2 Dazzling Okie, Dave's single, top pick here in the 4th race. I like the 1, Put It Forward. You have the 6 in there for the exacta, Greek God from the Maldonado barn. Jonathan with 2 runners in here, and this is the longer price one here, the 6 Greek God.
Well, it's a Maldonado reclaim. He didn't, I'm trying to, where's this horse been? He's been in everybody's barn. I'm trying to figure it out. But he wound back up in Maldonado's barn last time out. Didn't really pick up his feet at all. Didn't get a lot of play, but he's 3 for 7 on the off track. Is that right? Yeah, 3 for 7 on the off track, and Maldonado's had him in the winner's circle before. But I'm a little concerned about his last race against Goodbye See You Later. It didn't show much pep.
I'll throw the 7 in the Whiskey Sour. We'll get a decent price, 10-1 here on this 5-year-old trained by Ricky Silliman. The barn doing well. They had 2 wins last weekend. Laura Lee Glazier with the win here at the Big T. So I'll throw the 7 into the mix. In the 3, State Media, nice win at Charlestown last out for trainer Joan Reynolds. Let's take a look here at the 5th race. We got to fly through some of these races here. First race post time coming up about 1:05. Race 5 here. It's a maiden claiming 5,003 and up, going 6.5 furlongs. I go to the outside. Radar Gun 7-5 morning line. And Silliman, I think, with a well-man entry here, trying to get at least his 3rd, maybe more, win of the meet. Laura Lee Glazier aboard. A good second last weekend here at Timonium. Same kind of condition.
Yeah, to Wondering Ways, who was really much the best in that race. And Chase, that winner, comes back with a short rest. He's always had a good amount of relief. But I went to the 5 here, Appease, but I'm going to use the 5 and the 8 in that second leg of the middle pick 4. Michael Gorham has only run 5 horses at Timonium in recent years, and he's had 2 winners. So I think he means business here to come for a nice crab cake here in the Grandstand Grill, cash a ticket, win a race, puts the blinkers on after 2 races at Delaware Park that have been, both of them have produced winners. So the winner of his most recent came back to win, and 2 winners out of his debut run. So the blinkers going on here, and I think he's just going to try to go to the front.
Michael Gorham, of course, he loves the Big T. He grew up on those fair tracks up there in New England. Probably won his first race ever as a trainer. I'm just guessing up there at one of those fair meets up there. Used to have some fair meets up there. Now the only fun fair this side of the Mississippi right here at Timonium. So the 5 apiece, I think one of the horses to beat. 8-5 for me, 5-8 for Dave. We both like the 1. My pal Jerry Angel Cruz aboard for Ferris Allen. Ferris doing the right thing here. This horse hasn't done much recently. A good 4th on the turf 3 starts ago. He's doing the right thing here, dropping him to the bottom. See if he can wake him up today.
Again, the inside post at 6.5 has not been productive so far this meet. So far being the key phrase.
All right, see if it can change today on the sloppy going. Let's take a look here at the 6th race, going 6.5 furlongs, claiming 5,003 and up. Haven't won a race this year or never won 4. The 3 Aim Straight for Laura Roadcap. Very strong second last out, going 5.5 furlongs. Came with a 7 wide move. Now with the leading rider J.D. Acosta going an extra furlong today, 6.5. I think the 3 Aim Straight is going to be right there. A good 3rd at Timonium last summer, going a half mile.
Yeah, well, he beat Legend Keeper, but barely back August 18th. But I'm going with a 5 Legend Keeper, who's had a race since running against Aim Straight. That was last week, and it was a big one. From post 10 here at Timonium, he had enough speed to clear the field and get over, set the pace, got a little breather, and then held on tenaciously to win over Humboldt Street. Not only that, but the rider had trouble pulling him up after the race. I mean, he was full of energy, like he could have gone around again. So I'm sure he ate all of his feed that night, and he's coming back with a short rest. He's got some early speed, and I think he can try to do it again on the quick turnaround for the connections. Rodolfo Sanchez Salomon is quietly having a kind of a good year with limited number of horses.
Yeah, the horse ran a big 58 number last in this win last weekend. That's a big number for this race. I kind of overlook him. I'm not sure why. I guess I just like 4 horses more, but you'll get a decent 4-1 price there on the 5 Legend Keeper. We both like the 2. Great Smoke taking a drop here for Pat McGill. This horse a good second against Beaton 75 2 starts ago, going 5.5 at Laurel. 3 for 5 in the money in the off going, a win in 2 seconds. So Great Smoke should be right there against this bunch today.
Yeah, a little bit of a decline in form, off and on type form, but again, he's okay in the mud. And it comes out of a quick race there, won by Final Forum. But that horse ran yesterday, didn't he? But it was off the claim. Didn't fare too well. But I don't want to let that scare you because it was a different situation. He had the 1 hole, I think, going 6.5, and it was a change in barn.
Great Smoke with a nice win here at Timonium last year against Allowance Company, so we both like that runner. I like the 8-9 to round out the Superfecta. Sugimoto could get back in good form today if you just draw a line through that last race.
I had to pick somebody fourth. So there you go.
All right.
This is a good race coming up here,
Yeah.
the 7th stand.
One of the features of the day, I think, right?
I would do well. I mean,
maiden 40.
pedigree-wise, it certainly is.
Maiden 40, and here's the thing with the maiden 40s here in Maryland. If you're a Maryland bred and/or Maryland sired, you can run in the maiden claiming 40,000. Your first race only for the waiver. I believe it's your first race.
Waiver
only.
claim, yeah.
Okay, or maybe more than your first race, but you can be in the maiden 40 for the waiver, and so that's why you see these two Trombetta horses in here. The one Broad Expanse by Curlin out of a concerned mare. Sticky was a nice runner for Dickie Small, a stakes horse around here in Maryland. I have a pick 4 ticket. Thanks, guys. Let's take a look. I'm going to use the Trombetta entry along with the 2 Parade of Freedom, a first-time starter for Bernie Houghton, who has a positive ROI with his debut runner. So I like the 1-2 here in race 7. I'm going to key on the 4 Coral Ridge, a class dropper for Wayne Potts. The barn had a 2-win day yesterday, and I think they'll have a big day today. I think the 4 Coral Ridge with Xavier Perez, a reliable 8-5 single there in race 8. Going 2 deep there in the 9th race, 5-6, and I'll go 4 deep there in race 10, 1, 2, 7, 8. So you had a $9 ticket. I have an $8 ticket. That's how you play the pick 4s, hopefully, if you can hit them.
Yeah, I mean, there looks to be a few horses we could kind of key off of today, and really only a couple deep, so that's why the short price tickets, I think, for both of us will be interesting to see what Jackie comes up with that early pick 4. Maybe all of our tickets are under double digits today. All right, that entry, very strong, pedigree-wise, right?
Curlin, $150,000 sire, the Preakness winner back in 07, I believe. Sticky was a stakes runner for Dickie Small. This horse, a bunch of nice works at Fair Hill on the dirt and the synthetic. A couple nice 5-furlong works coming into this race. J.D. Acosta, the leading rider aboard Trombetta, positive ROI with his debut runners. I'll take the Curlin colt over the Include colt, but 2 very well-bred Maryland breds here for Meyerhoff and
Yeah,
Trombetta.
one's a sibling, Broad Expanse, to Farrah's Kid, Wild for Love. Dirt Sprinters out of the mare, 10 for 49, included out of Pissarro, who I remember breaking the maiden for Dickie Small at the time. Lemon Maker and Magritte in that family. So both horses, very nice, good pedigrees there. I'm taking a shot that maybe they are going to need a race, so to speak,
right.
With a horse that I think is going to swing out of the gate, and that's Bat. And he's got a great work at Pimlico.
Swing out of the gate.
Yeah,
Gotcha. All right.
Just kind of came up with that. That's why they pay me the big bucks, Stan. Yeah. Apparently, maybe they wanted to run this horse at Keeneland back in the spring. You see some Keeneland work showing. Then they had a stop on him, give him a little time off, and then he comes back in August and works even better than he did at Keeneland. So I think he's quick, judging from the works. And that last work on Pimlico, 48 from the gate, equal to a horse named No Lemon, No Lime. That horse is in the running lines. Won first out, actually, No Lemon, No Lime, and beat Kingdom Minded, who is not running today, is scratched. But that was a basis for Bat.
In the barn, Jason McCutcheon with a nice win yesterday with a popular favorite. They got the money. He's 3 for 9 recently with a positive ROI with his debut runners. So I root for this outfit here. They always do well. Jason and his dad, Robert McCutcheon, always do well with the 2-year-olds. I have that one in my top 4. The 2, Parade of Freedom by Freedom Child out of the dam Parade of Colors. Yeah. I believe the dam of Parade of Nations, who was a very, very useful runner around here. Started out with Bernie Houghton, then was claimed by Schoenthal, I believe, or Kieran McGee. This horse trained by Bernie Houghton, who started out with Parade of Nations, who was a debut winner, I believe, at Pimlico at a big price. Bernie Houghton with a positive ROI recently with his debut runners. John Lloyd rides, Lasix in debut. I don't like the inside post, but I like the pedigree and the connections here of the 2 Parade of Freedom.
Well, how about this? Sloppy track today. He's by Freedom Child. Freedom Child in the Peter Pan. How far did he win by in the slop? You remember 11, that race 12, at Saratoga?
Yep.
That race sticks out visually in my memory if you saw it. I mean, he loved the slop. So he's got that off-track pedigree there. So a lot of ways to go here, but I'm thinking that maybe the 4's got some speed.
And
hoping.
We can't overlook the 6 you have there. Supervision by Super Saver for Cal Lynch. A good third in debut in the slop at Laurel. Angel Cruz, good outside post today.
Yeah, he's they wanted to run him on the turf. The race is transferred to the main track. They kept him on the off and just kind of even paced it on the off going. It's off going again today. So maybe there's some turf down the line here in a couple of weeks at Laurel for him. I just used him because of the company lines. That's it.
All right, it's a nice feature of the day. It's like a maiden special weight, same kind of race. Maiden claiming 40,000 there in race 7. Nice group of runners in there. Let's take a look here. Race 8 to kick off the late pick 3. Maiden claiming 5,000 going a half mile, and the 4 Coral Ridge. My key horse on the late pick 4. Is this a reliable key horse, you think, here? A good third, last out at Monmouth against Maiden 12-5. That was back in June. Now transfers, well, that was the first start in the Wayne Potts barn. Now second start in the new barn. The horse didn't run very well in the slop earlier this year. That was at Aqueduct against Maiden 25. So I think he can do better here against Maiden Nickel Company going a half mile.
Yeah, this horse ran against a horse named Right Ben, chased that sharp pace at Monmouth. Right Ben, a going-away 12-length winner, finished third, beaten only about 3/4 of a length for second, but, you know, beaten 12 3/4 total. But you got to realize that Right Ben was a double-digit winner. The Potts Barn's already had 2 wins yesterday, so no problem with the barn having a good meet so far. But Victor Newman is pretty fast in his own right. I mean, this horse has a tremendous amount of gate speed. They're trying to get him back on the right track, having laid him up since November of last year, drubbed on the turf. But again, he opened up a 4, 5, 6 length lead. We've seen him do that at Pimlico on a good track, opened up 6 and faded to 5th. So it's going to be one gear, and that's go probably for him as well. Which one's quicker up early here for the half-mile dash?
I'm hoping the 4 Coral Ridge just right to the front and go all the way. But the 7 Victor Newman is fast, and some nice works at Pimlico coming into this race. Jason, let's see, he's 1 for 5 recently, positive ROI with horses coming off this kind of layoff. So blinkers off today. Callie Francois was on that winner yesterday for McCutcheon. So 4-7-2 cold triple for both of us here in race 8, and I'll throw the 8 in there. Grenadiered guard for Donnie Barr. Good third last out in the slop. Last couple tries in the slop at Charlestown. And you throw the 6 in there, Dureco, long shot from the Griffin barn.
And that's it, just a long shot. Had to pick somebody fourth once again. But really, it's a battle of the speedsters in here. We have 1, 2, 4, 7.
All right, race 9 is going to kick off the late daily double going 6.5 furlongs here, claiming 10,000 for 3-year-olds or 4 and up. Never won 3 lifetime. And how about the 6 Ice Tea, 6-5 morning line favorite for Kieran McGee. A strong third, I thought, in the slot. First off the claim against Open 15,000 Company. Now this 3-year-old who's taking advantage of the dual condition. This race for 3-year-olds or older horses never won 3. So Ice T is a 3-year-old that's won 3 races, taking a drop in class here today. Last time at this level was a winning effort at Laurel.
Well, all you have to do is see Sir Orinoco there in the line. You can tell he's got a little bit of class running third on a sloppy track at Laurel last time out, and it is the McGee barn. Means clearly the horse to beat in here. I'm not going to try to beat him.
And the 4 Rarefied Air will get a good price here. Claudio Gonzalez going for the leading trainer. This horse has won 2 in a row, going in the right direction. Joe Moore Torres has 3 wins here at the Big T. So Rarefied Air will get about 6-5-1, and he's on a winning streak so far.
Yeah. Well, I think one of these days, I think this horse may be a little bit exposed. I mean, he's got his maiden and kind of lucked into a non-winner 2 there. You know, I've never, you know, he was just a kind of a follower for so long in his career. I mean, I used him in the mix there, but I went to another horse in there, St. Ignatius, out of a race that's produced a winner there. Last out for Tony Ferrier, at least a winner out of that race, and this is second time in the barn as well. And he's run okay on the wet going in the past. Just, you know, hoping maybe that Rarefied Air one of these days will finally be exposed in beating some, I thought, softer fields.
St. Ignatius, good second, first off the claim, last out, dropping back down to the 10 level today in the 9th race here. Let's take a look here at the 10th. 10 race card today here. Good shot to do over $1 million in handle once again today, just like we did last Saturday. We almost did it yesterday. Let's take a swing at it today. Race 10, going a mile and a 16th, claiming 5,000 for 3-year-olds or older. Never won 3, and I go to the outside here. The 8, Deal Driven from the Phil Schoenthal barn. Carlos Quinones will ride a 6-length winner last out. This is a 3-year-old that's taking advantage of the dual condition. This horse, a runaway winner last out, going the same distance at Charlestown.
Yeah, that was that mile and a 16th, kind of a slow pace, I thought, for the race on the inside. I think if number 1 Still Burnin' can get back to his gate speed, out of the gate right to the top, he may be a little faster than Deal Driven. Looking at his last 2 races, you would say no, but look at who he ran against last time out here, Timonium. Vim. Vim is very quick out of the gate.
Yep.
He's very quick out of the gate. There's no way they were going to beat him out of the gate. It was a tougher field, starter allowance, and the race prior to that as well, shipping out of town to Suffolk. He had some bad luck, stumbled at the start. But I'm hoping for an alert break today, and maybe it'll be your horse and my horse kind of hooking up, and we'll see what happens after that into that last furlong if they get into some kind of battle up front.
The barn here is for Still Burnin'. Jose Corrales having a strong meet, 4 for 6 in the money with the winner, the jockey Jose Barnes, with a couple winners here already. So we both like the one. I think the 2 just been jamming. The Brooks World horse, J.D. Acosta, won last weekend. They're right back to win again here. One for nickel 2 life last weekend. Now back in for the nickel 3 life. That's how you win a couple races in a row.
Yeah, I thought the movie was started. It's Brooks World, and we're just living in it. But he's had a little trouble winning a race since then, but maybe so. This horse that kind of interests me here is number 4, Fletched, off the claim into Allison Principe's barn. She's 1 for 3, first off the claim, limited number of claims. Adding the blinkers off the claim here to Fletched. I don't think he'll be anywhere near the lead, but maybe if they get into a duel up front, he can close some ground. She's won a race off the claim, and it was right here at the Big T.
That's right.
A few years back.
Yeah.
I think it was 5 o'clock somewhere was the name of the horse.
Yeah, all right, small outfit, and so she's won here at the Big T. Maybe they were aiming here for the Big T with this Maryland bred to get that Maryland bred owner bonus and get a little breeder bonus to Bonita Farm. So Fletched, a live long shot runner there in race 10.
Yeah, looking for off-track help there. Your Tomlinson is a big 372 with the asterisk mark, meaning we're not really sure. Just like our picks sometimes. We're not really sure. I actually have some confidence in the selections today. I really do.
I like the card. That's a nice maiden 40 there in race 7 to kick off the late pick 4. I have an $8 late pick 4 ticket. Dave, you have a $9 middle pick 4 ticket. That starts in race 4. The early pick 4 will start in the second race. Jackie Savoy has a ticket for that. She'll be on with me this afternoon. Frank Vespi and Gary Quill with some nice paddock reports. Dave Robin, he'll stick around here to give you all today's scratches and changes. Good luck here on the second Saturday at the Maryland State Fair.
Good luck.